Good evening. I just wanted to do a quick update on the severe thunderstorm event that is starting to evolve over the region. Why we're expecting less of a severe weather impact and more of a heavy rain impact for the coastal plain, while the Philadelphia metro and eastern Pennsylvania are in for, well, they're under a tornado watch right now with this line of thunderstorms marching through. Let me just take off the overlay for the watch here so you can see everything evolving. And there is our line developing here with various severe thunderstorm warnings and tornado warnings starting to push into eastern Pennsylvania. Portions of Maryland and basically around Baltimore and Washington, D.C., those metro areas are getting slammed, unfortunately, with some very impressive severe thunderstorms. So why wasn't the watch extended all the way to the coast, and why is it just around the Philadelphia metro? Well, it all comes down to timing. So let's take a look at some of the factors here. First of all, notice for much of the day here with our southeasterly wind, we've had more of a stable air mass in place and plenty of cloud cover. We are starting to see the sun break out a little bit more, and so that's allowing for the atmosphere to destabilize a little bit more. So that's essentially what we're starting to see. This is called the lifted index. This is one of the ways that we measure the instability in the atmosphere. So notice our greatest instability is right here, right over eastern Pennsylvania down through Maryland. The instability is starting to push into New Jersey, and it's pretty impressive, right? So this would suggest that, hey, look, there's a good potential here for severe thunderstorms. But there's more to this story than just that. So we have our vertical wind shear at play here, focused over eastern Pennsylvania. So this would make sense why, where we have the strongest vertical wind shear, why we would have our tornado watch. But as I've gotten questions and emails, why aren't we extending this to the coast? Well, by the time the thunderstorms reach the coast, the vertical wind shear will still be an issue, but the instability will not. It will start to decline. So what will happen is that as we go through the evening, you see this shade here, this blue shade, this is called SIN. This is our cap on the atmosphere. As we move on through the evening, this will grow in influence because the temperatures will cool at the surface, and so we'll start to develop a more stable atmosphere. So as a result, as these thunderstorms are marching through this unstable atmosphere here, they'll start to weaken once they get past the Delaware River as they move into more of a stable environment. So these thunderstorms, though, will still be capable of producing some significant rainfall. Look at the precipitable water values set up here. This, again, is a measure of amount of moisture in the atmosphere. So basically, we have a large sponge that could squeeze out a lot of moisture in the atmosphere. So we have all the ingredients for severe thunderstorms for the entire region, except for the timing. So, as always, timing is everything in meteorology. And in this case, as these thunderstorms are moving through and the cold front approaches tonight, the atmosphere will become a little bit more stable, which is natural. And as a result, the thunderstorms begin to weaken as they move through. In the meantime, though, they're still going to pack quite a punch and capable of some isolated tornadoes. Let's take a look at the latest HRR guidance here. And you can see that the HRR guidance has done a pretty good job. In fact, we just got new data in. Let's pull it right up right now. It's handling the evolution of this line pretty well. So as you can see, they're pretty robust up through 8:15. They're marching through the Philadelphia metro. We have some signs here and some of the guidance and maybe a little bit of a bow echo. Very impressive storms down towards Washington, D.C., all the way up through the Delaware River. So this whole area is lined up for severe thunderstorms. As we go beyond that point, notice the thunderstorms begin to weaken. They move into a more stable environment. And so as a result, as they're marching through, they'll start to weaken, but they'll still be capable of very heavy downpours, frequent vivid lightning, wind gusts over 40 miles per hour. There will be the threat for localized flash flooding and power outages. And of course, wind damage. So we'll continue to keep an eye on this whole evolution and update as we go on through the evening. Of course, we'll have evening updates and everything else for this evening. But this looks like a very stormy period of weather for much of eastern Pennsylvania and the Delaware River Valley. Towards the coast, look for periods of heavy rainfall as we move towards the midnight hours. That's your latest update. Have a wonderful evening, and as always, stay safe out there.